there, welcome to another week's video. Today I have some very exciting news to share with you. I bought a few watercolors from ArteMiranda and also in my local art shop here in Dublin, and I'm very excited to see those colors because some of them are the new Roman Szmal watercolors that just came out. I was very curious because I love Roman Szmal watercolors and I also like the tones, so I got them and now I'm gonna share them with you. But before we start, as usual, I'd like to thank everyone that has been following me here. I really appreciate, and I would like to ask for you, if you are watching this video, you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel. And if you like the video, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And also leave the comments at the end of the video. I always love reading your comments. So before I start, let me apologize about the state of my hands. My hands are very dry. I've been having some allergies from dishwasher products, so sorry for that. And yeah, here we have a box with all the watercolors that I got, and I'm gonna share them with you now. And apart, I'm gonna start with this that is not a watercolor, but was very intrigued by. This is a new, I assume, because I never seen before, paper from ArteMiranda, and it's called sugarcane. And I was super curious about it because I've already tried the bamboo paper and also the agave paper, I think. I just got a blank now, but I'm gonna put here on when I'm editing if I got the name wrong. In any case, I was not very fond of the bamboo paper. The other one that I'm not sure if it's called agave, I like more, and so I decided to take this little block here to try the sugarcane paper. This one is 290 grams per square meter and it has 12 sheets, and it was a bit above €2 or something. It's still kind of a sample size. They have also for the other papers they make, so I may also do some tests with the colors on this paper to see how it behaves. Now for the colors, we have the new Roman Szmal titanium brown, and this was the first one I saw actually. I was browsing the catalog on ArteMiranda and I saw this name, and I was pretty certain I had never seen this name before, so I had the intuition it was new and I ordered. And just a few days later I saw on Roman Szmal Facebook page the announcement that they were releasing 3 new colors, and this was one of them. So yeah, they started selling them before announcing, but I was really happy to get them. This one is a convenience color. It's called Aquarius Violet. I didn't get it when they first released it, but I was watching one of Lily Moon's videos. I'm gonna leave a link below to her channel in case you don't follow her already. And she really liked this color, so I was intrigued and I decided to take the plunge to see how it looks. And what else I have here? I have German raw umber greenish, because if you watched my series of videos for the spring palette, I included the greenish umber from Rembrandt, and I really like that color, so I decided to try Roman Szmal's version as well. What else? I have more colors here. What I got? This one is Cobalt Blue Light. It's another new color they release now. Then I have the other blue color is Chromium Green Oxide Dark. And this is olive green deep, and this is blue rich burnt sienna. Now I think I'm done with the Roman Szmal. Yeah, I have also a Horadam magenta. This is a color I was super curious to try because, pigment nerd as I am, I saw that it's made with PV42 and I don't have any PV42. I've never tried, and as ArteMiranda sells also the Schminker have pens, I took the chance to try this one because it can be pretty expensive on a full pen or the tube. The local shop here, they do sell the tubes and the full pens, but I didn't want to invest too much not knowing if I would like the color or not. And I got also sap green from Daniel Smith. I've never tried it. I usually love the Winsor Newton sap green, but I heard very good things about Daniel Smith's version, so decided to try. And last but not least, I got, actually not last from ArteMiranda, I got the Rosa Gallery Bright Blue because I wanted to have a tube transparent blue, phthalo blue, like primary blue, and this is PB15 column 3. And yeah, I got Rosa Gallery's version, and I've seen some swatching. I'm not sure if it was Kim Creek. I will correct if I'm mistaken, but somewhere I saw that it looked like it had some sort of granulation, which I found it was interesting because it's a phthalo. Phthalos usually don't granulate, so we'll see how this behaves. Now let me take this out of the way. Now last are the colors that I got here from my local shop in Dublin. This is Holbein Cobalt Violet Light, and I also got, because I found out that it's made with pigment PV47, and this is a pigment that I also don't have, never tried. I have Cobalt Violet, but from other brands, I believe it's PV14. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put here on the screen. And what else? And I got these 3 Rembrandt colors, Manganese Violet and Cerulean Blue Deep and Pyro Orange. We're gonna be swatching all of those beautiful colors over here. I'm very excited. I hope you can say. I love getting new watercolors and swatching them. It's like Christmas. Now I'm gonna swatch in this sketchbook that I usually use for the swatches. This is a rough paper from Bockford. It's a RKB fat pad. I like to paint better on the cold press, but I think that the rough is nice also to swatch because it has a nice texture that will show any granulation on the paint. So first of all, I'm gonna unwrap these half pans here, and then I'll be back to start swatching. I'm back. I took the opportunity also to write all the information about the paints with the corresponding pigments. Now let's start, shall we? I am going to give them a quick spray. Roman Szmal is pretty easy to activate because I believe they have honey in their formulation. Let's start with one of the 3 new colors. The first one being Chromium Oxide Dark, and this is PG17. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Here we go. And as usual, by the end of the swatching, I'm gonna share with you the close-ups. Oh, this is really beautiful. It's really nice tone. It's so strange because chromium oxide is usually a bit more yellowish and more opaque, and this has some opacity to it, but I don't know, it doesn't look as opaque, and it's darker and has this as almost as if you mixed a bit of perylene black, perylene, is it perylene black? Perylene green. It's a black pigment, but it's called perylene green. It's almost as if you mix some perylene green with a chromium oxide, and it has beautiful granulation as well. I can see. I hope it shows when it dries, but it's really gorgeous. Love this new color. If all of them will be like this, we are in for a treat. Now the next one is from their catalog. It's not a new color, it's a new color to me. This is olive green deep. I really love olive greens, and I already have their olive green, and I thought it would be interesting to see the olive green deep. It's almost a brown kind of tone, but diluted you can see more of the green. It's really beautiful also. This is a convenience color and has 4 pigments, and you can clearly see that it has nickel azo yellow because it shines through. So the pigments are nickel azo yellow, PY150, then PBK9, PG17, and then PBR25. Really, really pretty. Now we have German raw umber greenish, and this is PBR7. And I think this is a granulating pigment. We'll see. It's quite opaque. Whoops, got out of my circle here. I really like the Rembrandt version I added to my spring palette. I'm gonna leave a card here for the playlists if you want to check that out. I have the videos where I was choosing the different tones, and then the final video where I share my final selection. It's nice, but so far I don't see as much granulation as I see in the Rembrandt version. We'll see how it dries. Now, another one of the new colors, the one that started it all, titanium brown. I was very, very curious about this color because it's a pigment. I couldn't find much info about it, or I couldn't find other versions from other brands. It's PBR48, very opaque, very creamy pigment. It reminds me a bit of, I really had a blank now with the name of the paint I wanted to remember. It is Titanium Gold Ochre by Schminke, and that is PBR24, which Roman Szmal calls it Naples, Naples yellow, I think. And yeah, it behaves in a similar way. It's very creamy, almost gouache-like, but it's a bit more muted than the titanium ochre or the PBR24. A bit more towards brown, not as yellow as the titanium gold ochre. Now this one I'm very excited to see. This is Cobalt Blue Light, and this is PB 28. I just realized I just jumped this one, so I'll come back to it. Don't want to waste the paint on my brush. So wow, this is very vibrant. It's very, very vibrant, and it's very nice. I love it. I'm gonna just remove the excess of my brush here. The paint reactivates so easily that you don't even need to touch much with the brush to get the pigment. Look at how much pigment I have here. It's a very vibrant and concentrated color. Really, really nice. It reminds me a bit of the manganese blue hue that I included in the spring palette. I included the Daniel Smith version, and this really reminds me. I'm gonna check after that hue. I think I have it here somewhere. Yeah, this is even more vibrant now, but we'll see when it's dry. Now we have Aquarius. No, sorry. Let's go back to our Blue Ridge Burnt Sienna, PBR7. It's a nice burnt sienna. I think that one of the things that Roman Szmal does best is earth tones. They have so many. You really are in for a difficult choice because they have many, many different types of ochres and browns. Now, oh, I can already see the granulation on the blue. It's really beautiful. Now we have Aquarius Violet, and this is that convenience mix of PB29, PV19, and PR255. It's a really pretty kind of aubergine purple, but I'm curious to see it diluted. I know it's a very small circle, so it won't show much, but it's really nice. Now that I see it in person, it's really something. It makes me think of planets. Now we are done with the Roman Szmal paints, and we have that PV42, which is magenta. I was curious because I read that this also has some sort of granulation. It was very vibrant. A really, really vibrant pink. I read that it's not as light fast as PV19, for example, but I'm okay with that. I was curious to try. Now we have the tube paint. So this is the moment where I had to be careful, because Daniel Smith has a reputation for splurting out of the tube. So I am going to prepare myself here with a half pan just in case. All right. For once, it looks like it's okay. It is a really nice version of sap green. I mean, it has PO48, PY 150 that I really like, and also PG7 phthalo green. It's a very beautiful sap green by Daniel Smith. Now we have Rosa Gallery. The first Rosa Gallery tube I purchased. I usually buy half pans from them, but I wanted to have this color on a tube. Sometimes if you need to mix a lot of paint, it's good to have it in tubes because it can take forever if you're using pans. It's a nice blue, phthalo blue, PB15 column 3. I'm gonna dilute well here to see if I see any texture. Then I have the Cobalt Violet Light by Holbein, PB47. Looks already very pretty just out of the tube. Holbein just released a 24 set of granulating mixes, and they look quite fun, I should say, even though I don't usually buy this type of mixes. I prefer to have the individual colors, but sometimes, you know, it depends on the price as well. Like, for example, I buy convenience colors from Roman Szmal because they are very affordable, you know, so I don't mind. But the Schmincke Super Granulation, for example, I got the single pigments instead because they're quite expensive, and I thought I would have more use of the single pigments. It's a very nice violet, lots of texture. And now we have Manganese Violet from Rembrandt. Should be a similar tone, and this one just did what I was expecting from Daniel Smith, so I'll just save it here on this pan. It's always good to have pans on hand when you are opening tubes, because you never know when this may happen. It's a very nice tone as well. This is PV16, by the way. Nice that it doesn't have binder separation. It's sometimes an issue you see with cobalt paints. This one also has granulation. We'll let it do its thing here. Now the final ones, we have the Cobalt Cerulean, no, sorry, Cerulean Blue Deep. Just because I talked about the binder in the previous paint, I got a bit of binder with this one. Oh, it's beautiful. I watched videos and I looked at swatches, and I was very undecided if I was getting this color or not, because some people seem to love it, some people are not very keen on it because it's a more greener version of this pigment, but I really like it. And last but not least, we have Pyrrole Orange, that is P071. Let's see if this one... Oh, it's a very beautiful... I love this pigment, P071. And I like this version of it, of the Pyrrole Orange, because as I mentioned in a previous video, there's another Pyrrole Orange version that is a reddish orange, but I like this one. This is really, really beautiful. And you can also create some gorgeous olive greens mixes with this orange. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with these colors. I like all of them. I didn't have any bad surprises. I'm gonna leave all this dry now. Most of the top ones are dry, but I'll leave the other ones dry right now. I'm gonna charge a bit my batteries over here, and then we'll be back for the close-ups. So I'm back. Here are all the swatches dry. Now I'm gonna do a close-up so you can see the colors. So, what do I think? I love these colors. Some of them I got particularly impressed with, starting with this new Roman Szmal color, Chromium Oxide Dark. Look at this gorgeous granulation, and this is a single pigment color. This is PG17. Look at this. This is super granulating right here, and a single pigment, so you can imagine the type of mixes you can create with this. This is a really beautiful color. It's my favorite out of all of the colors that I got. Now my second favorite is the other new color, that is Cobalt Blue Light. It's a very vibrant, beautiful blue tone, and it has also some granulation, which is really lovely. What else? The Olive Green Deep dried very beautifully. I don't know if you can see very well on the video, but there's some color separation. I can see some kind of darker tones and then some kind of orangey tones, and it's really, really beautiful. I love it. On Mastone is a bit more brown, and then diluted is a bit more green. It's really nice. The Greenish Raw Umber, the German, it's called the German Raw Umber Greenish. It's okay. I like Rembrandt's version better. It has more granulation, it has some color separation as well. You can see this in the video where I swatched my spring palette. But it will be useful regardless, because browns are always useful. Now the third new color, Titanium Brown. It's an interesting color. It has some granulation as well, as you can see, but it's a very opaque color, so I think to really see the granulation you have to heavily dilute it. So I love Titanium Gold, for example, PBR24. So I'm looking forward to using this one and see how I go. I will probably use it more diluted. And the Burnt Sienna is nice as well. And what else? The Aquarius Violet. I like it. It's strange because it dried like in the on the label, so the label is very accurate. The color is similar to the label, but I liked it more when it was really dark, when I had just put it on paper. And you can see a bit of it here, where there was an excess of pigment, so it dried a little bit darker. So I like a little bit more in Mastone than diluted, but I mean diluted is very beautiful as well. You have this color separation between pink and blue, type of brownish pink and blue, so it's very unique color. The magenta from Schmincke, I honestly I got it out of curiosity for the pigment PV42, but I didn't see anything in particular, not with this paper anyway. Didn't see any granulation, so I'll use it, of course, but I don't know, I was expecting to find it somehow different from the other type of pink reds that I own, but so far it looks like PV19. And Sapphire Green is very nice. Bright Blue is one of the staple colors. Phthalo Blue. The Cobalt Violet by Holbein is very nice. I don't think I'll be using it like this out of the tube. I'll probably mix it with other colors. and the manganese violet as well. Same, I don't usually use violets like this straight from the tube, but I would explore some mixing. This blue is very gorgeous with some granulation as well, and the orange is one of my favorite oranges. Is Paro orange or transparent orange from Schminke, and I'm happy to have it in the tube. You may have seen a quick video of me painting these figures. They are not anything special. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. So I was just trying to test this paper from ArteMiranda, that is sugarcane paper, and I should say I don't know, I didn't enjoy as much working on this paper. It has somehow like regular texture, which I don't really like usually in watercolor paper, and the way the paint spread wet in wet, I don't know, I was not particularly impressed. You know, it buckled quite a lot as well, but I mean, it's, for me particularly, it's an okay paper. I still stand by my initial opinion that the agave one is better for the type of painting I like to do. So I arrived now to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, that it was useful to you to see all these beautiful colors. If you did, remember to give me that thumbs up, and if you haven't signed for notifications for the channel yet, please do, because I have some very exciting news to share with you coming soon. So keep your eyes open, and I'll see you soon. Bye!